space. I have always loved space and science. Family of 5. Mum, Dad, Cow, my older brother, Chicken, my younger brother, and me, Sheep.
I want to go to space and work with NASA because I have always wanted to see our solar system in person and understand what the big deal about space really is. I also have to go to school with my friend named He Grows Up. I also had another friend named Fat Bird, who moved out of town a few years ago.
I went to school today, and it was, well, let's just say the same as always. People were throwing food at each other.
I really wanted to try going to the space club today so I could see what it was about. My friend Fat Pig wanted Jeanette I try it out too.
But when I got there, things went terribly. They always hold their club in the lunch area, and someone happened to me today. I sat on some gum.
The gum was sticky, and when I tried to get up, I was stuck to my seat. Fat Pig tried to help me, but it was no use.
We didn't even learn about space. We just learned about global warming and how blue cheese is made.
This is a code pink! Nobody move!
Ugh, what a mess.
Help! I'm stuck! I'm trying! Good luck with that.
I was stuck, and even the police got stuck trying to help. I knew this was going to be bad. I looked at him, then at myself, and decided I wasn't helping anyone this time. I ran as fast as I could with Fat Pig not looking back, but my pants fell down, and Cow saw everything. At home, Cow showed me the picture. I begged him to delete it, but he just laughed. That night, I lay in bed restless, thinking of a plan. I barely slept. Early morning, I snuck into Cow's room, grabbed his phone, sent the picture to myself, and satisfied edited it to look like him. Cow walked out of the shower and saw me holding the edited picture. He was shocked. I turned to run, but everything went wrong. Determined, I had to escape fast. I tripped on Chicken's toy train. My phone flew out, and Cow caught it, throwing it out the window. I lost it. We started fighting, and Mum and Dad finally shouted at us to stop. Cow got grounded. I was banned from NASA World. It felt unfair, but Mum said rules are rules. NASA World is a big giant park where you buy NASA stuff and learn a lot about space in a fun way. I go to NASA World 5 times a week, so this was a big blow. I got to school 3 hours late and was punished with 6 hours of detention every day after school. I was glad Cow got grounded.
You were 3 hours late, 6 hours detention after school every day.
I still got double punishment. I found a loophole around my NASA World. I will simply just say to my parents, I'm going to my friend Fat Pig's house for fun. I'm going to Fat Pig's house for fun.
Let's go to NASA World to have fun. I hope your parents won't notice.
They never notice new stuff because I have a lot of new stuff to play with. I had to hide my stuff so my parents won't notice. I went to NASA World. I was getting ready for school when I went for breakfast, and Cow was there, and it has been tense around the house ever since the argument. One of us could easily attack the other at any moment. It was so tense that I was happy to go to school today. I still had to go to that dumb space club, but it turned out the police and the club teamed up to find me. When I got there, they were waiting for me, and the other people inside closed the door behind me.
You must quit the club. You are too misbehaved to stay in the club anymore.
That was just fine by me because I don't have time to learn about blue cheese anyway.
Today we will be talking about space.
Actually, here are more space facts. You forgot about the space quiz.
Oh, true. I forgot about the quiz.
You like giving tests, huh? We are going to give you a piece of our mind for making us take the test.
And I don't want you using your toughness on me, so I would do your homeworks if you left me alone. The bullies liked that idea, so after school I met up with the bullies. They were in a small secretive room to do our exchange when one of the bullies shut the door behind me. I started having second thoughts about what I was getting myself into. Then I realized if I could escape the cops, leaving these guys in the dust would be no problem. You guys should take the pen and write your names down on the paper. When their backs were turned, I quietly opened the door so I could escape, which was terrifying because I had no idea the door was so creaky. I was not going to waste my life doing some dumb bully's homework when I could be spending my life in a more useful way, like going to NASA World, so I'm glad I did what I did. Now it is weekend because I got good grades on my test. My ban from NASA World ended early. Mom, I'm going to spend my weekend at NASA World.
You spend too much time at NASA World. We need to spend time together as a family.
That was the last thing I wanted to do today, and Guiska was still angry about being grounded and I knew he would try to take it out on me, so I prepared.
You boys should come down to the car so we can go to where we are going.
Mom did not like the fact that I brought a baseball bat on the trip, but she kept quiet for some reason, probably because she thought we could play baseball on our trip or something. Now I was scared. After an hour of driving, we finally got to this place, called Mega Fun. It was just a trampoline park. My little brother, Chicken, was excited to jump on some trampolines. We went to jump on one trampoline, but Cow is not a great jumper. When he jumped, he looked like he was trying to fly off the ground and into outer space. I started laughing and Cow got mad and started chasing me around the trampoline, but I was a good jumper and he was not, so he just embarrassed himself even more. He got so mad he got off the trampoline. After that, Cow's bad mood ruined the whole trip for everyone, so we had to go home. Mom was so tired after the trip she didn't even notice when I went to NASA World, so that was how Saturday ended and Sunday began. My Sunday was scary today. It all started when I got some milk out of the fridge and when I got my cereal and poured it in the bowl. I always make sure my brother Cow is not around when I make cereal for two reasons. When I get my milk out of the fridge, Cow always steals it from me because Cow says that since he is the milk-producing guy of the house, he gets to decide when we use milk, so I don't know what Mom was thinking when she named my brother. Also, Cow gets mad when I make cereal because of another reason. He says that only fools pour their milk first before adding the cereal. If he finds out that I poured the milk first before the cereal, we will get in a massive fight like the last time. I have been going to school for a long time now. I just remembered I had a journal, so I'm writing in it. Soon I will be leaving school and start training to become an astronaut, so I was super excited. My mom and dad were not as happy as I expected them to be, though. They seemed kind of disappointed in me. My brother Cow was 1 year away until he had to finish school and start training to become I don't know what he wants to be yet, but my parents are treating him like a gold. I decided to use my only £100 to buy a toy rocket ship for my parents so they would remember the big thing that was happening to me. But my parents rejected my gift and said I had to go outside for 5 hours and have time out. I was heartbroken. I wandered the streets aimlessly in all my tears. Fat Pig saw me crying, then came to me and asked me what happened, so I told him the long story. He felt really bad for me. He gave me £50 and told me we could go and spend some time together.
Sorry about what happened. Take this £50, let's go and have fun.
So we spent his £50 on junk food, bought some movies which we watched together, and even went to NASA World. We came back to my house 4 hours and 50 minutes later when my parents let us in. They said they were all having a massive party to celebrate Cow's half-birthday party. My parents said the party was for family only, and they sent Fat Pig out of the house.
The party is for family only. My dear Pig will have to go home.
Okay, Ma. Good night, sheep.
I really did not want to celebrate something as stupid as that, and also we have school tomorrow and half-birthday parties are not real. I decided to just pour myself a bowl of cereal and go to bed, but Mom stopped me. I was surprised. I always knew that Cow acted kind of crazy about milk, but never my parents.
I'm sick of you pouring the milk in the bowl before the cereal, and you're no longer allowed to use the milk.
She got really mad and said that she was sick of me pouring my milk in the bowl before the cereal and said I was never allowed to use the milk again. From then on, after the party, every day my parents would send me to the wild to find a farm and steal milk from the farmers' cows, go back home and give it to the family. I had to cross over massive dangerous rivers filled with crocodiles, climb cliffs, go through places filled with predators, and then steal milk from the farm. If you're wondering what happened the first time I went on this dangerous journey, here it is. I was packing up to go to the farm when all of a sudden Dad gave me the map of the route from the house to the farm. I took the map, then packed my bag and went on the journey. I crossed the streets till I got to the lake of crocodiles. I was frightened. There were crocodiles in the lake. I had no idea why my parents wanted me to go through this. I was determined to get the milk for my family even though my parents could easily just go and buy milk by driving to some store nearby. So with my bravery I tried to cross the river. 5 minutes later I was middle way through the river. The current was strong. I thought I was gonna make it, but then a massive snout popped out of the water, then a giant crocodile launched out and tried to bite me. The crocodile barely missed me and I fell hard into the water. I held my breath and tried to swim to the land. The crocodile caught up to me, so I used my hand to whack it, its snout hard as ever. That made the crocodile swim away, giving me time to swim away myself onto the land. I looked at the map for where to go to next, and it looked like disastrous was next. Another dangerous and interesting adventure ahead. So I walked all the way to the cliff, but it was so far away that I had to stop for the night. When I was packing, I was going to bring a good bed, but my parents forced me to bring a dirty old one, so I slept on the grassy floor instead. I only slept for 1 hour and I had to wake up again so as to keep going. The disaster cliff were way bigger than I thought. Every minute a massive rock would fall off the cliff and smash into the ground. I started climbing, but the rocks were just too sharp. It was beyond the world steep and almost every rock had a sharp end. I already got a blister within 7 minutes of climbing, but I kept on going. I eventually started getting the hang of it when a massive rock fell down. Barely missed me, but it made me lose my balance and I tripped and fell. I thought I was going to die, but I barely managed to grab onto a rock and pull myself up. I finally climbed, tasted the mountain and onto normal land. That was not even the end of my troubles. It turns out when I was swimming, a leech grabbed onto me and had been sucking my blood since I ran into the crocodile. Now the leech is fat. I was starving and the leech began looking tasty, so it is complicated. After lunch I looked at the map and went into the savannah. When I was walking I started thinking about how the leech got attached to me. Maybe when I was in the water or when I was climbing the mountain, even thought I should have noticed the leech. Maybe I didn't notice because I was so dedicated to getting the milk from the farm. While I was thinking about that, all of a sudden, a giant Africa rock python came out of nowhere. I ran for my life, but I tripped and the snake caught up to me. It started strangling me. Every breath I uttered, the snake squeezed even tighter. It was getting harder and harder. In order to free myself, I bit the snake hard. As the snake slithered away, the taste of the snake blood filled my mouth. I was exhausted and could barely function, and the hot sun was not helping at all. After an hour I got back on my legs and went out of the small savannah. Now there's only one thing standing in my way, which is the farmer's electrical wire guarding his farm. There was a tiny little gap in the wire. I tried to squeeze through, but then I got caught and electrocuted. I was about to die, but somehow my best friend came and used a wooden broom to push me away from the wires and fence. Then he performed a CPR on me, and I woke up. It turns out when Fat Pig heard the journey I was on, he followed my footprints. I was leaving for a long time and found me and saved me just in time.
When I heard about your journey, I followed the footprints you were leaving for a long time, and finally found you and saved you just in time. You would get arrested if you stole milk from a farm.
He said I would get arrested if I stole milk from a farm, so he just gave me a carton milk and we headed back home. On our way back, Fat Pig started asking me why I'm always helping my family anyway.
Why are you always helping your family anyways? They obviously don't care about you.
I actually started thinking about this while we walked home. When we came back, my parents did not even care about my journey. They just took the milk and I did not even get any of it. Every time my parents would send me to make this journey, but secretly I would meet up with Fat Pig and he would just give me some milk. All I can think of these days is if Fat Pig is correct about my parents. My parents have not been nice to me recently, but there's no way they could actually hate me. While I was walking to Fat Pig house to get some milk today, I saw this poor homeless man who had nowhere to live. I could not just leave him like that though, so when Fat Pig came over with some milk, I gave it to the homeless man. Then I came back home. Instead of asking Fat Pig to go get more milk, I went to my parents with nothing to test their reaction. They were really mad and made me go back out to get more milk, or else I would have to stay outside for the whole night.
Go back outside now and get more milk, or else you would stay outside for the whole night.
So I asked Fat Pig for milk, then came back inside. When I woke up today, I tripped on a bag. When I opened the bag, there was piles of cash inside. I was totally confused. Why would my parents send me out to get milk if they could just buy some from the store? My parents started walking, so I closed the bag and pretended to sleep. They took the bag and left. Then when they left, I saw Cow and Chicken also with full bag of cash walking inside the house. Then I saw Fat Pig's family also with bag of cash.